Alrighty, so it is the next day, and my older brother has given me this Chevy Cavalier to Derby, and I didn't even see it coming. So I guess this is going to be the first video of this year. I don't really know what to say about it either, because, you know, it was just out of nowhere. I don't really know much about it. All I know is that it's a 2002 Chevy Cavalier with the 2.2. If I can reach to the hood latch, I'll show you. There we go. There we are. So, it comes with the 2.2, I believe, the non-Ecotech one, he said. And the battery's dead, unfortunately, so no startups. But there's one drawback. He gets to keep all the good stuff on it, but I mean, one car's better than no cars. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know much to say about it, but one thing is for sure. A new vehicle is here, and I have not reviewed this yet. Well, let's do the review. This is a 2002 Chevy Cavalier. I have borrowed this Chevy Cavalier from a viewer somewhere in the middle of, where do we feel like being today? Somewhere in the middle of Asia. I don't know. Anyways, though, today I'm going to show you the quirks and features of the 2002 Chevy Cavalier. Then I'm going to give it a Doug score. So, let's get started. So here's the 2002 Chevy Cavalier. As you can see, it's the most bland and boring looking car in the United States. But that's because all the cars I review cost like $3 million. And whenever I review a regular, average looking American car from the mid to mid 90s to the early 2000s, of course I have to bring up how bland and boring they look. So you may be wondering how to get into your 2002 Chevy Cavalier. The process isn't that complicated. Let me show you. Your 2002 Chevy Cavalier, you take this key, which I might remind you has no automatic unlocking and locking. You have to use a key. A key! Anyways though, let me show you here and point you to the keyhole. You take this key, I believe, you go in here, you do that a few times. Okay, now you want to go to the back and give it a slap. Okay, your next process is you're going to grab the radio antenna and do this to it. Wonderful. Now you're going to open the right door because it's conveniently unlocked for us, and you're going to close the door inside. If you roll down the window to halfway, right about here will do, you need to lock the back right door. You're going to take the back left door, crank it down all the way you can. It'll stop about halfway here. Then you have to adjust your mirror on the left side of the car, because now I just realized the right one doesn't have an adjuster. You're going to adjust it in here to the maximum height setting, and you're going to point it halfway to the left. There you go. Now you're going to get outside of your car, close the door, go to the left driver's side of your car. Done with all of those steps, you take your key that conveniently says GM on it, you're going to stick it into the keyhole, turn it left, and open your 2002 Chevy Cavalier. Inside of your 2002 Chevy Cavalier, let me show you some quirks and features of the 2002 Chevy Cavalier. So as you can see, the interior is as bland and boring as could be as possible. Here you have your climate controls. You have the AC, which is the same thing. You have a radio. This is an aftermarket one, and it comes with a USB port, a cracked dashboard, and a cigarette lighter. So let me show you how to operate this vehicle. First, you're gonna get out of the car and go to the driver's side. What else are you gonna do? Ah, cheap plastic! Nope, okay. This car has the most cheap plastic possible. Let me remind you, cheap plastic. It is so cheap in here. Cheap. Everything is cheap in here. I can't explain to you. These seats are so uncomfortable. But, as I said, I shall show the rest of the Chevy Cavalier. Anyways, this is the interior of the 2002 Chevy Cavalier. It is a 5-seater, 4-door car. Like I said earlier, it comes with the 2.2-liter 4-cylinder Cavalier motor. And, yeah, this is the interior. And I gotta say, this is the cheapest interior I've ever seen. You see, like most generic GM cars from the 90s and early 2000s, the interior is super cheap, and I'm going to complain about it for 10 minutes. So here's a time card conveniently set up for you so that you don't have to hear me rant about the cheap interior. Ranting about the cheap interior, let me show you the actual luxury of this 2002 Chevy Cavalier. Now, here you have your climate controls. This is what you use to blow the air. It probably doesn't work, but how would I know that? The battery's dead. You have a hot and cold option, but something that's always confused me is why the blue and red have to overlap each other. Why must that exist? I am actually so confused right now. And anyways, here's where you choose the options for where your air conditioning / heating would blow, if it worked, of course. But, as we all know, these generic cars, no. It doesn't work. It don't work. And I think this is the defroster. A whole button dedicated to the defroster for your windshield. Thank you, General Motors. And of course, your AC button. But riddle me this. If I turn this fan on and turn it hot because it's the middle of February and I'm conveniently wearing my white tube socks, my gray shorts, and my generic blue t-shirt, out in the middle of February, reviewing some random person's car in the middle of North Africa. Anyways, why would I need to press that button for air conditioning? Now, there's also one other option. See, it's the super rare option on cars, especially ones that you can buy and ones that you drive, you know, like cars that, yeah. Anyways, there's another option for keeping yourself cool in the middle of summer. You can roll your windows down. Now let's just locate the... Where's the power windows option? Okay, guys. Another thing I forgot about generic 90s GM cars. Roll down windows. So if you are one to fancy roll down windows, then the 2002 Chevy Cavalier is just for you. Roll down your windows. There, done. I feel like a champ. So now that I've showed you the climate controls and the roll down windows, let's show you more of the interior. So here you can see this leather. I don't even know what this is, man. It feels poor. I can feel my net worth going down a little bit. I think I just lost a subscriber. I probably have like 30 or something. You can see it comes with carpet, a ceiling, and a dome light. But like I said, the battery is conveniently dead for us. And as you can see, that interior mirror is 20% larger than it needs to be. And like most average American cars, it comes with an airbag. And an airbag on the passenger side. Because that's all you're gonna really need. Like, really? Like, for reals, guys? Something I don't understand? Like, window airbags? Like, who needs them? We die in the most manly way possible. And other than that, the car's actually very generic and boring. So as you can see here is a cigarette lighter for you. But our battery is dead, like I said, so this is not functioning. And I'm not old enough to smoke or have the intentions to. You're welcome, GM. Located to the right of you is a storage compartment. Might I remind you how little this storage compartment is? Don't look at that. Anyways, this is your storage compartment. It even holds cup holders. But if you have a passenger who's sitting in the middle, and let me tell you this, you do not have that many friends. Trust me. You might fit one here, and maybe one back there, because no one would ever dare sit behind you. Why does this need to exist? Cup holders? 2 cup holders. That's it. 4 cup holders. That's it. That's all you get. 4 cup holders. You can see in here, what could you even put in there? Here, I'll store this penny I conveniently own now in here. that's it for the storage compartment. Also, and I can fit my hand in this. I tend to complain a lot about that in cars, but isn't it kind of a convenience to put your hand in there? Don't know what you'd need it for, but you can. And this car also came with the 4-speed automatic. So here you can have it in park. You can learn to count. See, 1, 2, 3. D for the boat. And for no driving. R for reverse. To the right of you, you have your parking brake mounted on the right side. You just pull it back and you're in the parking brake, and you can just press and then push it down to release your parking brake. And as you can see here, also located to the right of us, is the shifter. This car comes with the 4-speed automatic, and let me show you the gears this thing has. You can learn to count with 1, 2, and 3. You can have D for don't subscribe to my YouTube channel, N for no driving this car, R for racing mode, P for park. How convenient, GM. Thank you, GM. On the passenger side of the car, you have this glove box with an ungodly amount of space. Thank you, GM. Located above there is your warning. Death or serious injury can occur. Children under 12 can be killed with the airbag. So no 12-year-olds allowed in this car, I guess. Of course, you little Jimmy can sit in the back seat, though. Definitely safe back there. Anyways, this is the part where I normally take a test drive. But show you the exterior features. With every car in North America, paint is chipping because it fades easily. Surprisingly, there is no rust on the exterior of this body. Then again, it's a very boring body, so why would I care if there's rust or not on it? And as you can see, we're walking around, and the gas cap is back here. Fairly simple. Oh, there's rust. Don't look at that. Nope, this car had no rust. And as you can see, it's a 4-door car, not the 2-door, which this does come with. To the back of the car, you can clearly see there's no license plate, which means this is totally road legal. There's the Chevy emblem. This is where you'd open the trunk, but unfortunately we can't for completely unknown reasons. And it says Cavalier on the back. So that when someone's driving behind you, they can know that you're a Cavalier driver. Front of the car where, it looks like every car that you normally see on the road. Here's your inspection sticker, which is totally legal at this moment. Your windshield wipers, which still function correctly and aren't dirty at all. And I'm sure that all the fluids are checked in this thing too. So, totally, completely road legal and safe. But, just because I'm not old enough to drive yet, that I can't. All jokes aside, though, this car is actually really cool. Thank you, this car. Shout out to you. I guess this is the first project of the year. This will actually be my very first derby car, too, which is actually pretty neat. All jokes aside, though, this is actually a really nice car. I was kind of just joking around. I guess now whenever, a new car comes around or something, I gotta Doug DeMiro review it. I mean, it's pretty much I've done it with my pit bike already, which is back there, as you guys saw earlier in the video. But, yeah, it runs, actually, surprisingly. Like I said earlier, though, the battery's dead. There's the door latch. I'm getting used to this. There we go. Let me set you guys down there so I can put this thing up. But I mean, here's everything. Obviously, we're gonna have to take the battery out. We don't have any style like this. We only have the ones where you ration them down or something. I don't know. He said there's a different type. I'm not a very expert-y person when it comes to this, but that's why I should have this car, so I can learn all this stuff. But either way, yeah, we're gonna probably start stripping it, getting this basic stuff out, like passenger seat and rear seat, just stuff like that, carpet, so that we can get other stuff in here. We got a truck that needs to get in here because it needs a bit of work on it, but Yeah, it's not really even that bad. A bit of rust back here, but as you can see, I'm still wearing shorts and white tube socks. I'll get something warm on later, but yeah, here it is in all of its glory, and it's basic unlocking procedure. My 2002 Chevy Cavalier. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess I'll wait till after school and then start, getting stuff done to the trying to do a review